Kia ora, good evening. Dairy prices have tumbled again at the latest overnight auction, falling nearly 11%.
The 10.8% decline has taken prices back close to lows reached in December, with the average price now $2,746 per tonne. Whole milk powder, Fonterra's most crucial export, fell 13.3%, taking prices to just over $2,500 a tonne. That figure is well below the $3,500 mark that underpins Fonterra's forecast payout of $4.70 per kilo of milk solids. Prices fell on all products put up for auction, with buttermilk powder slumping over 25%.
The merger of two unions is expected to bring a better deal for local government workers across the country.
Southern Local Government Officers Union voted to merge with the Public Services Association this week, with the PSA board ratifying the decision yesterday on behalf of PSA members. The PSA has 6,000 members working in local government, while the SLGOU's 2,000-strong membership is largely based in Canterbury and Otago. The vote by SLGOU members was an overwhelming endorsement of the proposed merger and its benefits, according to President Paul Cottam. He says the PSA, now with a combined 8,000 members in the local government sector, is a voice that will be heard loudly on the crucial issues.
Crime rates have dropped significantly in the south, according to figures released this week.
The New Zealand Police released figures on Wednesday showing crime rates between December 2013 and 14 were down 4.3% in the southern South Island. These figures cover all of Southland, Otago Coastal and Otago Lake Central. Nationally, crime offences dropped 2.8% in the 2014 year, over 10,000 fewer criminal offences than the 2013 calendar. Theft and related offences saw a 10% drop in 2014 compared with 2013, with 592 fewer reported incidents. Police say they are continuing to battle a rise in unlawful entry as well as sexual assault and related offences in the south, and they are working closely with Women's Refuge and other agencies when dealing with crime.
Southland has produced some well-known self-published authors with genres stretching from dystopian novels all the way to romance and erotica. But as of this week, the region can add self-published children's author to the list of talented writers.
Well, it's a story of an old postman snailman Pete, and he's delivering the mail, but for one snail in the town it's just taking too long, so Roger's a younger sort of speedy snail and he's impatient and thinks that he could do the job a lot faster and better. Alongside my study, I like to do a little bit of drawing here and there when I can, just to relax me, and I started drawing up some postcards. I was thinking about getting those printed, and postcards are like the snail mail, so I drew up the design of Pete the Snail, and then I started thinking this would be cool as a story and started developing this backstory for him and a story that I could hopefully turn into a children's book. Talked to some people about it and they were like, yeah, do it, so we did it. It's always been in the back of my mind that that would be a good way to keep my art going while I'm teaching, because you get a lot of exposure to children's books when you're teaching, and it's also very hard to do your own artwork alongside teaching, so it would just be one way to keep the art going.
So you are a teacher?
Teacher in training, so I'm in my last year of Teachers College, and hopefully next year I'll be out doing it for real.
Training to be a teacher, drawing and writing a children's book, how much time did you put into it?
Before I started Teachers College this year, I just spent all my time working on it. Started on it about mid-January, and until now it's just been whenever I get the chance to work on it, but yeah, some solid hours at the very beginning there.
Would you say there's a lot more to writing a kid's book than people might think?
I'd say so. I'm lucky enough that I have a little bit of Photoshop skills, so I can format it and that sort of thing, but if you weren't able to do that, there would be a lot of maybe outsourcing it to someone else, and there is a lot more you have to consider than I initially thought.
So what stage are you in at the moment of the publishing process?
This morning I ordered my proof copy of the print book, and once that gets sent to me, then I just double check it, make sure everything's the way I want it to be, and as soon as I'm happy with it I can go online, hit publish, and then it's all live.
So an ebook and a hard copy book as well?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have options so that, like, I'd prefer people to get the print book because I like the idea of holding it in your hands, but if you buy the print book, you can also get the ebook for free. But everyone's into their ebooks these days, so I thought, why not?
And why self-publish rather than approaching a publisher with this?
Well, there's a few different reasons. Again, I have a friend who's self-published some of her own books, so she had some background about how to get it done, and she encouraged me to follow this path. This way I can keep the story mine, I can keep the pictures the way I want it, the story the way I want it. I don't really have to compromise, and I maintain the rights and the ownership of everything.
So can we expect more adventures from Pete the Snail in the future?
If it goes well and I've got the time, then yeah, I'd definitely consider writing more about him, maybe some follow-up adventures with maybe the other character in the story as well.
And Snail Mail should be available as an ebook on Amazon.com by tomorrow. Stay with us after the break. Police appeal for driver safety this Easter weekend, and Southland artists come out of hiding. Welcome back. The official Easter holiday period started today at 4 p.m, and police are warning drivers to stick to posted speed limits.
Police said at this time of the year the volume of traffic on roads across the South Island increases as people take advantage of the last long weekend before the cold weather sets in. Over Easter weekend there will be a reduced tolerance for speeding, and police said anyone exceeding the posted speed limit should expect to be stopped. From today until Tuesday there will be extra breath testing on roads, and all drivers can expect to be breath tested. Advice from police is if you're driving, don't drink, and if you drink, don't drive. Police are also encouraging those heading on holiday to ensure they're well rested before setting off to avoid driver fatigue. Plan journeys well prior to leaving, and on long journeys, share the driving.
Southland artists are taking over Invercargill's Dawn Street this week, from those still in training to the unknown talent hidden away in the corners of the region.
The Invercargill City Gallery has invited the community to nominate their favourite unknown artists to exhibit work which may have been seen by few people. The Closet Artist exhibition is a chance for Southern artists to get their work into the public eye, somewhere many of them had never been before. Artists as young as 13 have drawings, paintings and sculptures on display for the first time.
What we asked the public to do was nominate a closet artist that they know, that's someone who's hiding their talent, and so then we invited those nominees to participate in a group exhibition. Some of them were very nervous to participate, but excited. Everyone was excited to be nominated and to take part, so no, it's been really good. It's fantastic to see the range and just the different things that people are doing. We've got Ray Willett, who's made some great sculptures which are really clever and really different, something I've never seen before. I think it's great that having been nominated, they feel they can come forward and bring their art forward, whereas before they were just hiding it away. So it's been really encouraging for all the artists that are involved.
And across the road at SIT's Raw Gallery, third-year Bachelor of Applied Media Arts students are finding themselves as artists in their first exhibition of the year.
In this particular environment, they're encouraged really to explore their ideas. So they've been doing research for probably about 5 weeks now. So rather than being finished works, we encourage them to be quite exploratory, to explore materials and methods and their relationship to their ideas. So I guess at this stage what we really want is for them to begin to communicate their ideas through particular methods and materials. So during this time they might do 50 of these kind of experiments to sort of get to this point that they have some ideas to exhibit. But these kind of spaces are not really necessarily for finished work, but they're really an opportunity for students to experiment with display and presentation, and how their ideas might be read by a potential audience as well. So as you can see when you have a look around, it's probably not something you'd see in a commercial gallery or a public gallery, because these are spaces for students to test out their ideas effectively, and then they'll carry out like a analysis and evaluation process. They have a critique session, and then they start to document how they might push those ideas on to the next stage.
And both of those exhibitions are definitely worth a look. Before we take a look at some of the images that told the week, let's see today's weather.
Nominations are open for the 2015 Southland Environment Awards. This year marks the 20th year of the awards, and Environment Southland wants to hear about anyone who's making a difference in our region: individuals, schools, farmers, community groups and businesses. If that's you or someone you know, get an entry form and let's recognise and celebrate these environmental achievers. Entries close May 1st. Contact Environment Southland for details today.
Here's your weather for Thursday the 2nd of April. Auckland saw a high of 22 today, Wellington 19, Christchurch saw 25 today and Queenstown 17. Dunedin saw 23 today, Gore 18, Invercargill 18 and Stewart Island a high of 14 today. Tomorrow's forecast for Southland is mainly fine with some early morning rain about the coast. Riverton and Winton a high of 22 tomorrow and Wyndham 21. 22 for Tuatapere, Gore and Invercargill tomorrow. Te Anau and Queenstown both with highs of 21 and 21 for nightcaps. It's the marine forecast for Fovo, northwest 35 knots easing to 15 knots, sea becoming very rough for a time with a southwest swell of 3 metres. In Pusica, northwest 35 knots to northeast 35 knots, high sea in the south easing with a southwest swell of 3 metres. To the long range forecast, Saturday will see scattered rain and northwesterlies at first, a few showers in the afternoon. Sunday becoming fine with southwesterlies and Monday increasing high cloud with northwesterlies developing. And that's it from us this week. We'll be back on Wednesday the 8th of April. Have a safe and happy Easter weekend, and from the news team, good night.
Well, I love a rainy night, it's such a beautiful sight. I love to feel the rain on my face, taste the rain on my lips. In the moonlight shadows, showers wash all my cares away. I wake up to a sunny day, 'cause I love a rainy night. Yeah, I love a rainy night. Well, I love a rainy night. Well, I love a rainy night. Ooh, ooh. Well, I love a rainy night. I love a rainy night. I love to hear the thunder, watch the lightning when it lights up the sky. You know it makes me feel good. Well, I love a rainy night, it's such a beautiful sight. I love to feel the rain on my face, taste the rain on my lips. In the moonlight shadows, puts a song in this heart of mine, puts a smile on my face every time, 'cause I love a rainy night. Yeah, I love a rainy night. Ooh, I love a rainy night. Well, I love a rainy night. Ooh, ooh. Showers wash all my cares away. I wake up to a sunny day, 'cause I love a rainy night. Yeah, I love a rainy night.